Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk through why we should expect some wild moves in the crypto space. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all those notifications, really important, so you never miss any content. And by mashing up that like button, it really does support the channel, so it helps push out the content to like-minded individuals. We really do appreciate it. But let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at everything crypto. Okay, so I'm going to start here really, and I have been, for those of you that are new to the channel, been calling out some of the darker side of crypto recently with some projects that could potentially be Ponzi schemes, other projects with the core team possibly disappeared, and admins and mods literally trying to make out a project still alive when it isn't. The list goes on and on, right? There's other projects that are dumping coins on the retail investors, their own investors, dropping prices by 77%. And you've got Luna and all this stuff, right? And, I'm expecting wild moves both downwards and upwards, right? I think there's going to be some mixture of emotions in this space, right? Do let me know in the comments below if you got caught out on the Luna experience. Let me know if you've lost money on 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Let me know if you've lost money on some of the other protocols in the space that you're now questioning whether they were just Ponzi schemes. You've got people calling out the likes of Hex as a Ponzi scheme. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠 is another one that's recently been called out, that I've done a recent video sort of covering, whether it is or it isn't. And I guess there's questions still to be answered there. And obviously the video with 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, right? And the fact that nobody seems to be able to get hold of the core team, but there's lots of speculation. Nobody really knows what is going on with any of these protocols. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinion are on these protocols, right? But on that sort of subject, we've got WeWork co-founder Adam. He's just secured another $70 million funding round for a new venture, and this is a gentleman that I speculate run a previous project into the ground, right? And the reason why I highlight it, and I seem to be talking about a lot of the negatives in the space at the minute, and I don't really want to be that guy, but I think in the interest of keeping people as safe as possible in this space, I have to do it, right? And that is my motive, is to keep you guys safe in the space. I want you guys to be successful in crypto, but alongside that, I want crypto adoption to continue to build momentum. And when there's bad actors in the space draining people that work really hard for their money, of all their money and all their crypto, it's not good for adoption. It's not good for retail investors. And to be honest, it's a real shit show at the minute. And this is to be expected in these types of cycles, right? So this is why I'm sort of bringing it to people's attentions. But you've got to be looking at the teams. The teams are so important. When the shit hits the fan and stuff goes wrong, you need a strong team behind that project that are going to be able to deliver what needs to be done in order to make your investment a successful investment in the long term, right? And some of these teams are getting caught out left, right, and center. Bots being used to promote NFT projects, bots being used to, chat around other projects, misleading investors to thinking that these projects have more adoption than they really do. Speculation around wallets being generated by project teams, fake staking, speculation. The list goes on and on and on, right? And you're not going to always be able to spot a lot of these things, but looking at the team is a good place to start. Looking, right? Have they got experience in the sector they're in? Have they got, the right caliber of people from a technical standpoint? A white paper is a white paper. If you can't see the code to back it up, ultimately, it's just he said, she said. Just because there's a white paper doesn't necessarily mean that the code actually stands up to that. So, make sure that you're looking at audits, make sure that the code and everything is accessible. You might not be able to read it, but others can, right? And it's looking for people's opinions in the space that have that technical knowledge to be able to call it out for what it really is. So, there's all this stuff going on. I want people to be safe in the space, but I do also think that, there's going to be lots of positive, right? Swings, right? Positive moves in the space. And, you've got GameStop launches digital wallet for trading crypto and NFTs. Now, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of this, but I do think that this is really bullish news. Again, I think, we should speculate that, there's still lots of institutional level wealth building up positions in cryptocurrencies, and it could be across, the entire market, right? The whole spectrum of cryptocurrency. Now, we talk in our Discord and with our Patreon members, on a regular basis around, the different sectors within crypto, portfolio structures, and all this sort of stuff. Obviously, we're not financial advisors, and, you guys should definitely treat all this stuff as educational purposes only. We sort of talk through what it is that we're doing and what we've had success with. We've been in crypto a long time. There are a lot of influencers as well that will talk about certain projects in a really great way because they're being paid to, and they perhaps don't let you know that they're being paid to talk about these things. They also highlight that if a channel hasn't been going that long, they haven't got the experience, and really that's just rubbish, because you can be in a space without a YouTube channel, and then you have a YouTube channel later down the line. So ultimately, I think there's lots going on, and we want to sort of be here for our community. A lot of people disappear in sort of these bear cycles, and ultimately we've been here the whole entire time. We haven't reduced the amount of content we do, and we're here for you guys, right? And for me, I think it's really important to talk about this stuff. But GameStop, again, I think this is bullish. Again, I think it's probably not going to move price, but it's a signal that adoption is still happening, right? And then we've got hedge fund manager Alan Howard explains why he's investing across the entire crypto ecosystem. And this goes to my point, and I will link this in our Discord. So if you want to read up, it's free to join our Discord. Jump in. We have lots of our team in there doing technical analysis. We have all sorts of different things going on. Our Patreon members benefit from 2 weekly AMAs, and we also jump into our Discord chats as well, so you can catch up with us. Again, I'm not going to sort of go into this in huge detail. I think basically, to summarize what is written in this article is, you can never really judge which projects are going to be the ones that win in the end. If you think back to the .com bubble, which a lot of influencers weren't around for, you would see that Yahoo, for example, wasn't the one that finished top of the pile, although it was somewhere near the top or at the top for a big part of the earlier cycles, right? And that's very much where crypto is right now. I'm a very big advocate of certain projects, and I think they will flip a lot of the other projects that are currently 1 and 2 and 3 and so on, right? I really do speculate that could happen. And I think that it is very similar to the .com bubble. A lot of projects will go to zero. And this is why I'm talking about some of the darker side of what happens in the crypto space, because I want people to know which projects, they should, be looking to stay away from, but then also asking questions, right? As investors, we have the right to ask questions of the teams we're invested in. Don't shy away from it. When people call out FUD, that's just a way of deflecting. I dislike it. And I think, we've all got the right to answer, have answers for the questions that we have. If we're investing our hard-earned cash into a particular cryptocurrency or an altcoin, for example, we should get the answers to our questions. And if we don't, I question why you would continue to invest in it. That's my opinion. And ultimately, I think it's very important in this time of the cycles. Then we've got here, a crypto fund has obviously just announced a $45 billion Web3 fund. So again, I will link this in our Discord. I think this is really bullish. For me, it indicates that we've still got people in this space, you know, throwing money into cryptocurrency. Web3 is going to be a big part of that. You know, I encourage people to start researching Web3 projects if you haven't done so already, as well as storage, metaverse, oracles, and various other, you know, sectors of the space. Do jump in our Discord. Would love to see you there. Would love to chat with you, have more meaningful conversations. Link is in the description, free to join. And if you want a little bit more, well, it's actually a lot more, jump into our Patreon. Again, link is in the descriptions, various different membership levels. We'd love to see you there and have you chat with us on one of the weekly AMAs. So with all that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.